Hello everyone, thank you for stopping on my channel. In this video we are going to start um, making dynamic the about page. So let's just jump into it. This is the static content in that page. So if I go to home, in the previous video we made these things dynamic, so we are following them from GitHub, from database. And now if I go to about page, this is still static. So let's locate that, and let's see how does the static page looks like in the template. So I'm gonna go to, if I go to the apps.blade.php, and then here check the yield content. So after header, and because the content between the header and the footer, we have to grab them. So I'm gonna cut completely this thing and put it in the view, and that is going to be about that view. This extends the layouts file, and then we have two section, one section for title, and this is about us page, or about me. um, the whole thing is about me, so let's call it about us, and then in section, and then we have another section for the content. So content, and put this thing right here, and then end section, and format that, and let's refresh the page. Right here we are currently on the slash about route, and once the page is loaded we still seeing the same thing. So maybe we have to look at the route itself. So on slash about we are calling slash about, and then here we are getting the about method, and this is the about template, but it still looks the same. So same, let's see. Okay, we put it on the wrong place, I guess. uh, you can see we have two sections, and we have, let's do one thing. Let's revert all the changes. So we already have content inside it. I didn't notice that, so I'm going to remove this, and this is the about us page, and put the content of this HTML, Control Z, Control X, and put it right here, and then close this tab without saving. Let's refresh the page. um, Wait a minute. If I go to, I'm already on the about. Let's save it. Maybe I haven't saved it. Okay, now it looks good, but the content does not seem properly. So let's have a look at this. Everything else looks good. Maybe we have missed some CSS file, so let's look back. So they have all.min.css file. Let's see, we do have that file. Okay, so I guess we need this section as well. This is already what we copied, right, to the about. Let's save this and hard refresh it, hard reload I mean. So this things does not looks good at all. Maybe we have some css files that does not matches this, but if I look at this file home.css, I guess that's the issue. Maybe not. um, we need to look at this file. It has about.css. Okay, so I'm gonna paste that, and we will have to do some modifications so that on each specific route that specific css file has to be loaded. One way to do is that to put it directly over there, and another way is to check if the current route is something, then do that, and do this if the route is different. So now you can see this looks cool. So now let's, if I put it in the about section, about.blade.php at the top, is this gonna work? Let's see, let's find out. So you can see that works. So now let's load the things and make them dynamic. Then we have this thing. This is the profile svg. I assume if I look at this, you can see this is the okay, it's this one. Smile, this should be static, that's not a problem, but this is going to be the current user name. So I'm gonna go to the controller and pull these things. Let's we need these things right here as well, especially the user. This is an array. So I'm gonna come here and call the username, user of name, and then we have the hello, then we have the gift. This is the actual thing. So dollar user of hello gift, I guess what we call it. If I go to the setting model, hero gift, so this is what we call it. I'm gonna go to about, paste it, then icon for myself and my beer puffy, these are the descriptions to the alt. Maybe we can make them dynamic as well. Let's say dollar user of name, and then what is this? It's this one, I guess. Exe, so this is the username.exe, user of username .exe, and then pronouns and all those things should be loaded now. If I, this is the username, dollar user of username, these are the pronouns. So dollar user, we have that in the pronouns. Let's go to setting. Yeah, we have that in the here, pronouns, and then location, the username dot location. Let's do one thing. We have this in a lot of places, so I'm gonna select all of them like this, and then call the user of username and put them directly. Then we have languages here, so I assume that the languages are like in the string file in the setting. You can see, so I'm gonna put that other user of languages, and then we have Puffy. What is this? Did we put the location? Location, we need to put that. Complete string, but let's see this one. This is beer puppy. What we have for this one, pet animal, yeah. This is dollar user of pet animal. This is the link. So we're gonna put the, I prefer the GitHub link, but they have provided the Insta. So let's put the Insta actually. We have Insta URL as well. So I'm gonna put that right here, format that, and let's look down. We have education. So for this one, for education and experience, we have created a separate model. So for now, let's see the existing changes. We have an error. Let's see where that is in the languages. So it says, I guess we are returning in array, so we have to loop through that and display them. So I'm gonna search for the languages, and here let's say at for each language dollar user of languages as dollar language, and then just dollar language and then comma. It should be like this. This is like loop in the same line. So I'm gonna now refresh and let's see if we have fixed that issue. So now the languages variable is not defined. Language, not languages. Okay, that looks good. We have spaces, he, she, this thing is not loading. I guess we have not put the asset storage thing. So let's look at that. Where is that? This one. So this is gonna be asset storage slash and then this thing. So now let's refresh the page. Now that is loaded. Here we will loop through the education. If I go to control row, and then we have education model, and in the education model we have education degree, location, and achievements. So location, degree, location, and these are the achievements. So let's go back. This is education. Let's say educations. Go back to the about model, not model, the blade.php file, and here we have the education. So this is, we are going to loop through this and show all the educations. So for each dollar educations as education, and then put everything inside this loop and then make this dynamic. So we have the education degree, I guess, education degree, and then the location. This is the location, and then these are the achievements. So I assume we have stored them in like if I go back, an array type. So we will have to loop through all the achievements and then display them. So let's see how does that looks. I'm gonna open that up. Okay, achievements are separated by comma. So just like we did for the previous one, we're gonna do the same here. Like dollar achievements equals to explode by comma the education of education underscore achievements, then loop through all the achievements and display them. So for each achievement as achievement and then display them. Here I'm gonna go the achievement itself. Let's copy and paste a variable so we do not have like spelling mistakes. Now let's refresh. We have a couple of them right here, you can see, and I'm gonna refresh the page and let's see if this is going to load them. We have undefined variable educations. Let's see if the naming is correct. Maybe I have not saved the controller. Let's see. Again, error. We are using the education first, but this should be all of them. Again, the same error. Let's see. This should not throw an error, by the way, but it does. Let's write on that variable actually. Okay, it's null completely. Oh my god. I'm passing that to the welcome page. Oh my god, sorry. So now let's I guess we don't need the diagram thing because we know it's gonna work. Let's look at this. Achievements is inside the education, so education underscore achievements, and we're gonna put it like this, and then we have removed the diagram thing, so it should work fine. Achievements are null. Education of education achievements. Now education underscore achievements. Now let's see. Okay, for each must be something something. Let's see what is inside this thing. No, I guess we made a mistake here. This should be this variable. Again a mistake. Okay, this is gonna be this variable, and it should work fine. You can see. So let's look at this. We have different achievements. One of them is empty, and then we have experience. So let's look at the experience. I assume no, not the same. I thought that might be the same, but they're not. We have only two experience, so I'm gonna remove one of them, and then we're gonna loop through that and display all of the experience in this thing. Experience has experience, then in for each, and here what we have in the experience model, we have a role, so I assume this is the role, dollar experience of role, experiences as experience. So then we have the start date. I'm gonna put that right here, dollar experience of start date, then we have the end date, put that in this place. Then we have, what is this? This is the company and company URL. Then so let's company, and this is the company URL. Underscore URL. This is the type, I guess, job type here. So this is going to be the job type. And then we have the tasks. You can see experience task. So I assume that let's look at this thing, experience task. I guess like we have experience, we have the experience, and then for each experience we have many tasks. You can see we can select the experience which is from this model, and then we can create things for that. So let's we have specified there. Yeah, you can see we can use this to like get all the experience tasks. So I am going to remove, oh, wait a minute. Okay, so let's remove all of it. Here we're going to loop through for each dollar experience of tasks as dollar task, and then for each task display the content. I guess we have title. Do we display title? Yeah, we do. You can see. Wait a minute. Title and description. So title and description, maybe. I guess it's like that. So for that, I'm gonna move that to the top and display the title and description. So tasks has a title, dollar task of title, and then we have the descriptions. We can confirm that from here. Let's copy and paste that, format this, and let's see how it looks. What do we have? Text stock, so we're gonna look at that later. Let's see. Let's refresh the page, and oh yeah, we have to get the experience from the controller. So let's go to this and get the experiences, and from the experience model get all of it and display them. So now you can see we have one experience, and it shows the title and descriptions for that. We do not have the one thing is missing, the end date. I assume somehow it's missing. Is it something else? Oh my god, we have both of them as started. This should be ended if I check the migration. Experience migration. Okay, we only have started. Shouldn't we have the ended? Let's put it now in date, and this is the end date, and then for the, what is it called, experience resource, especially let's put the end date and date, and we have to make a column for the end date as well, end date. But now I will have to remigrate the migrations, but I am going to like leave that for now. We have made that set off. Then we have text stock. Let's for now let's refresh the page and see. That looks good. Now let's load the text stock. If I go to the text stock model, we have name, URL, and image. So we can make use of that. Let's leave just to one and remove the rest of it. So let's say for each of tick stacks is let's say in item dollar item, and then we're gonna display that right here. So now let's refresh, and till that we're gonna move add the image. For the text tag we have name, URL and image. So the name is gonna go right here, dollar item of name image, and we have a URL. So maybe we can put this in an anchor tag, and here gonna go the URL dollar item of URL, and everything else gonna go inside this. Let's refresh the page. Oh yeah, we have to get them from the controller. So let's go back to the general controller, and here we're gonna define query for that. So this is a tick stock and tick stock model, and let's refresh. Okay, so only one. Let's go back and set or fix the image issue. We have to use the asset storage slash, and then can continue that with the image. This is a very big image. Let's put width and height. Maybe we have to check it like this. Still very big. Let's specify the width and height. So I'm gonna inspect it, and for this image let's set the width as 10 pixel. We are ready to go. Very small. How about this, and border radius is gonna be 50%. Width and height is gonna be pretty much the same. Let's go for 50 pixel, and let's specify the height as 50 pixel. Now that looks good but very big, so let's go with the 35 and 35 here. I guess that is fine, so I'm gonna copy these styles and put it for this image. So style equals to this. Now we have to make it look good. Format it a little bit, and that is okay. So that is that. This is the git icon, so maybe we can put the name in the placeholder, not the placeholder, the alt, and if you click on this, it's gonna like redirect it to this URL that we have specified. Maybe I can do it this way. How about that? Now looks good. Then we have the contact things. So we have the URLs and things like that, so we can grab them. $user has link then underscore URL in the user model. Then we have the GitHub URL. Then we have the CodeFin. So do we have that? Let's look at the admin panel. Setting projects, experience, blah blah blah. In the settings, if I go to settings, we only have GitHub, Instagram, and Hero. Yeah, Hero is another thing. We do not have the others, so we're gonna just stick with these. We do not have CodeFin. We do have Instagram, so I'm gonna call the item of insta underscore URL. We do not have Figler. We have email. Using the email we have stored in the user of email, and let's format that and refresh the page. Okay, so these things are now dynamic. We have loaded all these things from the database. So now in the next video we have an issue here. Let's fix this before we are off of everything. Here we have a dot, and this should be username, so that we do not have a space in between. So now we have that fixed. So in the next video we are going to move on to the projects, and then we're going to list the projects, and then that's going to be the end of the project. And I'm gonna like put this on my subdomain on my main server, so this is going to be like my portfolio website. So I'll see you in the next video.